All right, you guys should be able to hear me. Let me know. Give me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can hear me. All right, there you go. Yeah, I was talking. I apologize. I was talking to some of the people on IG, so that wasn't even for you guys. Just to let you know, that was more for the. I'll give you the intro beat. That was more for the people on IG. Let them know we're going live. Because people on IG always want to say this, say that, just like people on YouTube. But the IG, most people, I respect people that talk crap, and I don't mean in a real bad way, but just go back and forth with you if they don't have a private account, because that's usually who the most gangster people on IG are, the ones with a private account. And I'm like, homie, these are private account activities. Now, come on, if you're gonna come at me with something, hey, homie, at least show your face, homie, because they can sit there and say I ain't hide nothing, homie. I'm here. I'm very accessible. I show my face. May 13th, I'll be at Venice Beach, California, homeboy, in the tournament. Be sure to get your gear, homeboy. No, I was never on no 50-50, homie. That was your boyfriend, carnal. You know what? Hold on. Let me do something real quick. I got you guys on the line. Give me a second. That way more people come in. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. A lot of stuff's going down. All right, there we go. Let me do this. I got you those on the line. Uh, that way. Okay. No, no thumbnail. No, 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 no. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm doing something with the comment section. Where is the comment section at, Holmes? Where is the comment? There you go. Subscriber mode only, carnal. Now, if you're gonna troll, hey, you're gonna pay the admission to ride the train. But there we go. All right, people. People on because they don't understand politics. I can't hear you good. Well, you better turn your ears up, my boy, because everybody else can hear me just fine. See, there you go. This guy is boring as, but yet you hear, homie. Look at this guy. This is comedy, homie. I'm boring as fuck, right? But that means you are much more boring than I ever will. Because if I find somebody boring, I ain't watching them, homie. To let you know. So you must really have a sad life in the basement, homie. But you'll be all right, Carnal. You'll be all right. You know what it is, people. Kelly Mac for life. You know what it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you bringing up the Title 42 topic, Mr. Gill? Yeah, I'm bringing up whatever you guys want. Right now, immigration is back on the on the circuit as far as news cycle, because it's something big going on. Title 42. This this all relates to what's going on, like in Florida with E-Verify. That's going, I think, in effect in June 1st. Title 42 is running out today at midnight, which was keeping all the people coming from all the countries from down south and trying to get amnesty. It kept them in Mexico because Trump used this law that was, I think, put in place during World War II, and he used it during the COVID time to say that, hey, we are under distress, we are under COVID, we can't just let everybody come in and file for asylum, because technically you file for asylum, you come to the gate, and they're supposed to let you in until you figure out. But what has happened is that all the countries down south, going even farther, keep getting the word, hey, go to America, go to the gate, tell them you're an asylum seeker to let you in. I saw one young lady on the news just about 30 minutes ago, and she was like, man, if I knew it was like this, I would have never came. And I think a lot of people come over here thinking that, yeah, they're going to just let you in. But we're going to see, since Title 42 is gone now, what's going to happen is now they have to process everybody in the United States that's there right now. So they're going to process them. And what both sides, some people say, yeah, we should leave the border open. I'm absolutely not. That's insane. That's insanity. You don't just leave every border open and let everybody come in. Because why? If that's the case, let's just make this place a third world country, because then everybody's going to come to America. Because that's, everybody wants to work. That's what they're trying to come over here to work, the majority of people. But if what's going to happen, Title 42 is going to run out. The people that are on the border, they're going to get processed, and a good chunk of them are going to be set free in the streets. That's how Title 40. That's how it works with the immigration policy. At Title 8, I think they're making it, if they say don't come back, you can't come back for 5 years. That was always in place. That's not a new rule, really. Like if like if they find somebody who's an ex gang member or is a felon, they're like, no, no, homie, you need to go back to wherever you came from. You come back when we're gonna break you off 5 years in the feds, right? But what's gonna happen is a lot of people are gonna come in, they're gonna sign, and it's like they're getting a free coyote ride. They're gonna be in the mix, and are they gonna come back to court? Who knows? And I think that's what people are kind of worried about, and rightfully so. You can't take everybody's problems on at one time. It just does not make any sense, man. But let's keep going. Mhm. Yeah, the GOP just passed the Secure Border Act. That's flexing. Not even flexing. That's them just trying to show, look, we're trying to do something, because the GOP knows damn perfectly well that it's not gonna pass the Senate, that it will never get signed by the president of the United States, Joe Biden. It will get vetoed right away. What both of these parties have not done is pass real immigration laws, and that's why we keep having this issue. They need to sit down like big boys and finally do something with immigration, but they won't. Why? Because the brown people do not come together and force these politicians to come up with immigration policies. We're the ones that can really push the issue. We're the ones that can vote and say, hey, man, you guys really need to push some immigration reform. And until we do that, it's going to be the same old cat and mouse game they play. What I miss? What I miss? I don't know, homie. I don't know what's going on. No, no, Shout out from Sacramento, carnal. What's good, people? Who you voting for, Gil? Stop the cap. I'm gonna vote for who I voted for last year, boy. Well, the year before that, I voted for myself. Cause anybody that's been following me for a minute on YouTube or Instagram knows I voted for American Cholo, carnal. So we'll see what it is, man. Dams are using illegals for votes. Yeah, they definitely are. They want to get their numbers up. They do that, but like I posted today on YouTube and Instagram, Karen Bass, and it's a fair question, I believe. Instead of worrying about single parents or just parents trying to make ends meet and trying to stay in their communities, not move somewhere else, start worrying about them instead of worrying about, I got to put all these meth heads in a hotel. They cleaned up an area of San Vicente, and they're putting all over the news, oh, they did this. All they did was put them in hotels. Let's break this down real quick. Imagine um, imagine smallpox came back, or some disease from, or the vid, but something, no, something. Imagine something that really came from back in the days that was killing people. Right? Give me a list of diseases, people. Before I go. Hold on. Toes, what's good, brother? Oh no, 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 no! Fresh, bring him in, and we'll do it. Right now, I'm on live. Nobody can hear you though. It's just me and you, homeboy. But no, no, no. Just bring him in. We got it, player. Unless you want to talk, to me, we can do that too. Oh, I already started doing my research, homeboy. You know me. I run my make, carnal. All right, bro. Hey, before you go, say hi to the audience, homeboy. Now they can hear you.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? You know what I'm saying? We putting paint where it ain't, and we stay grinding. You feel me?
Ah,
So,
that's
hey,
right.
hey, Cholo, man, we got a lot of surprises coming on, man.
You
So,
know this.
right now, I'm living and breathing right now. Gabriela, she gonna be the one.
I'm
I got the
knowing.
queen.
I'm knowing,
I got the
brother.
queen. All
All
right, my bro.
right,
What's
told you
up?
have a good night, brother. Late. Big toes happening in here. Yeah, give me some major diseases that has happened in the last 100 years. I mean, all I got is chicken pox. Is that all we know, carnal? No, there was one much worse. It almost reminds me of Cleopatra, but it's not Cleopatra. It was damn, what is that disease? Oh, jeez, come on, people. No, not the shit you got on your lip, tuck and roll, homeboy. That ain't the disease gonna kill everybody, carnal. Not polio, not Spanish flu. People say, man, you act like I got, what is that word? Not scabies. Oh, shit. The one that would like make your skin go all bumpy and all crazy. I think if you watch the movie with Mel Gibson, where he was a Irish guy and was, freedom, the king died of that disease. Oh, boy. Let me see. The crypto? Nah. There you go. Leprosy. That's the disease I'm looking for. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Hector Lop. No, that's the Black Plague. Well, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Where you go? All these comments are moving kind of quick. On the stars, Tony. On the stars. That wasn't Ebola, homie. It wasn't Ebola. Okay, yeah, there you go. Tony, leprosy, leprosy. Okay, so let's get back on track with this. Imagine for a second there was an outbreak of leprosy going on in your city, right? And the numbers were high, and for the last 5, 10 years, it's just getting more and more and more people are just succumbing to this disease, leprosy. And it's something that's just destroying human beings, right? Here comes a politician that says, I'm gonna get rid of leprosy, man. I'm gonna be the politician that gets rid of it. And then you start seeing, maybe a few people less, this and that. And then you say, wow, man, this politician is really, they're curing leprosy. And then you go and ask the politician, hey, so what are you doing to cure leprosy? Because the numbers are going down. Oh, I'm putting them in hotel rooms. Yeah, but are they getting cured? So you're giving them, like, you're giving them shots, you're giving them treatment. Uh, no, no, I'm putting them in hotel rooms. So what they're doing is, instead of curing the disease of leprosy, and and actually doing something about it, what they're doing is they're hiding it, out of sight, out of mind. But it'll come to a point where you can't hide all the lepers and put them in a hotel room anymore, because they're going to start coming out more and more. And that is what's going on with the drug addicts in America, especially in Los Angeles. The mayor is trying to hide them from us, put them in hotel rooms. I've been saying it's every Tecato's dream, Holmes. Instead of worrying about those guys, why not help the families that have little children so they can become more productive citizens when they get older, instead of you worrying about people who have made their decision already? They have made their choice. This is the way they want to live. And when they get tired of it, then they can do it. You can have rehabs, you can have that. But the reality is that most of these nonprofits that are out there supposed to be helping the people, 60% of the money goes to the nonprofit staff. I saw one yesterday on local news. They were showing that nonprofit that's going around giving crack pipes to everybody on Skid Row. They, from the last like 3 years, they went from like a 5 million, 8 million. Last year, they got $12 million from the city grants. $12 million, and 6 million to 7 million of that goes to their staff, goes to their warehouses, to what? To get crack pipes. So, do they have any incentive to fix the problem? Absolutely not. They will fix that problem, and they will no longer have a job to go to. So there is no incentive to fix that problem. Their incentive is more like, let it keep going. We'll just keep getting them crack pipes. We'll keep, giving them hotel rooms. But the system will eventually break, because you're going to have generations of people who can't afford where they live, who these younger kids are not going to get the education they need. And you're going to have more and more people fall into that addiction line, man. But unfortunately, these politicians have no backbone. They don't want to do that because why? Their friends run some of these nonprofits. It's such a huge scam. It's just money getting washed and more money getting washed, and nobody's helping in reality. And that is a shame. I said, to me, that's what my question was to Mayor Bass. Why don't you help out the single mothers and fathers that have kids that can't afford to live in their own neighborhoods anymore? And that's a lot of people across the board. And that has zero to do with color line. It has to do with children. It has to do with father. It has to do with mothers. But hey, I guess that ain't cool enough to be on their spectrum, homie. Holy girl, you're looking like you're losing weight. I'm trying, homie. The battle's real, carnal. The battle's real, homie. We're trying to hit the gym right now. Mm-mm. Yeah. Well, nah, but that wasn't that. That one wasn't that much of a killer. Hold on, let me run this number up real quick, people. Mm. You guys want to tap in? Here's your opportunity to call in, talk your crap. Let Gil know, no, Gil, you're insensitive, you're crazy, you're this. Tell me something I didn't know, Holmes. Mhm. Homeless want everything. Homie, no, it's insane. I'm telling you, I saw it right now. Oh, we cleaned up. That is not cleaning up. That's hiding the problem. That's what's going on in Los Angeles. Is they're putting it under the rug, and the rug is so overfilled, and they're trying to tell you, oh, no, 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 there's nothing under the rug. There's a big old lump in the rug. It's a bunch of homeless in hotel rooms, and they're coming to a city near you, players. Da-da-da-da. All right, that's the call. That's the call. You can get it in. Let's see what else we got in here. Mm. Great point, Gil. I completely agree. What do you think about Robert Kennedy? We'll get to that right now. Caller, oh. Edwin, what say you, my man?
So, Gil, yeah, just tapping in for that live. So, yeah, I'll probably keep it a little brief, but I'm calling in from the 530, man. Yeah, so in regards to certain topics that you were touching on a bit ago, I
Yeah.
think it kind of boils down to trying to make it simple in certain ways, like you mentioned with making a change with your wallet.
Yep.
I mean, look at the example of Bud Light, bro. Everybody's like going crazy, and I think it's not so much. I mean, one thing it's the brew, right? But another thing it's everybody just getting fed up with like all
Yes.
the shenanigans, bro. Si no es una cosa, es otra cosa, bro. And
Sí, güey.
uh, yeah, like always, bro. And it's like, bro, enough's enough, man. If it ain't on TV, it's an everyday life. You can't escape it no matter where you go, bro. You go to the clinic, bro. Like, you go anywhere to buy something, like to fill out an application? Are you non-binary? Like cualquier cosita así, bro, that's relating to any craziness, bro. You can't escape it, bro. So it's like these are simple ways because look at Anheuser Busch, bro. The way that they're feeling the heat, and now I mean now they're being confronted on both sides because you already know how the crazy side gets down. Like you got to be submissive to them all the way, otherwise
Yeah.
they ain't gonna accept you. They're not gonna.
You know what the comedy is and the ironic part, the hypocrisy is. It's always they talk about inclusion, accepting everybody, but all that means is you better accept me. You better not disagree with me. You better fall in line with me. If not, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a homophobe. That's not inclusivity. That's you bullying us, and that's what's going on right now. The rainbow mafia has gone so buffed up on their roids that they're really bullying everybody and making people bow down to them.
It gets deep, bro. Like, I want to kind of cut it short. I know you got a bunch of callers calling in. You barely went on the live for the calls, but exactly what you said. Look into perspective. Like, mira los there's even I think Rogan and a couple other people, like other podcasts, have had trans that are actually like more they're more level headed, like they lean a little
Yes,
bit center right, and they're their own people, but they don't even want to take the word of their own community who are trans and have a different opinion. Like, oh no, they don't get down like us, so
there's
they're
a
excluded.
there's a great IG page. It's called Gays Against Groomers, and that's all they speak about. They will sit here and speak like adults. Like, why do men have this thing that they have to or they want to perform in front of children? I saw TMZ Harvey over there. They had a whole thing on drag and oh, they're attacking us. They're this. No, nobody cares. Listen, homie, I don't care. You want to do a drag show? Get your money. I would never go and protest in front of an adult bar or an adult place and say you shouldn't have this. No. You want to see a guy that get your money, brother. To each his own, homie. What you do is your business. The issue that most people have is they don't want it in front of their children. And some people say, oh, well, that's up to the families. No, that's still not up to the families. There's certain laws and regulations because you got some crazy people out there that are having and saying, oh, I know my kid was gay or trans at 6 months old. They told me. I'm like, what? That's the insanity we're in. And listen, as far as the Latino community, we've always been around homosexuals. Always. There was a tío, there was the guy in the block. We never cared. We really never cared. The only issue we have is having grown men dance in front of children. And I don't understand how people can't understand that part.
Yeah, I mean it's like if people were more like to each his own, like for real though, not just like freaking to each his own, but you gotta accept me. It's like,
Right.
come on, now, bro, you could do your thing. It's not gonna affect me. And I think if more people were like that, it'd be a little bit more chill. But they're trying to push it like hardcore to the point where it's like invading people's personal space. You're like, all right, now, bro. But all right, Gil, you have a good one, bro.
Hey, brother, I appreciate the phone call. You got it. Hey. Yeah, what it comes down to, and I know, Gil, why you always got to put it into a gang sense? Because that way people can understand it easier. It comes down to this. LGBTQ was a small hood, small gang that started getting more momentum, and now they're one of the most powerful gangs out there when it comes to Hollywood, social media, and now they're the bullies on the block. Let's keep it real. They are the bullies on the block. Inclusivity, inclusiveness does not mean you have to agree with everything. That's not what it should mean. I mean, but that's how they push it. They push it that way. And if you disagree with them, then you're just the worst person in the world. Mm. Joe, what's happening, Joe?
Hey, how's it going? I have a comment to make about the homeless and the hotels.
Let's do it.
Um, yeah, you know how exactly they even like take people? Because I was thinking, hey, if I mean I don't do drugs or I don't do any of that stuff. So I'm like, hey, I get free hotels at a cheap bargain.
Well,
So
this
so just
yeah, this is
y-
it.
yeah,
It's not as easy as people think. There is a long line to get in there, but what they do is the squeaky wheels get the attention. The ones that were in San Vicente, I want to say that's close to Beverly Hills, and there was a bunch of
hmm
news media out there in last 2 weeks ago because there was a naked lady that was in a couch. She was living there for 2 weeks naked, bro. I'm not lying. I'm not even making this up. People who aren't from LA won't believe it. There was a lady the why it made the news is because you look across the street, Beverly Hills, clean. Directly across the street, Los Angeles, full of homeless. There was a naked lady there for about a week, homeboy. And the cops get called and they said there's nothing we can do. Straight up. And people are, what do you mean? There's nothing we can do. Like our hands are tied. So that's when the news coverage started going there. So what usually happens is politicians get embarrassed into doing something. That's exactly what happened there. So Karen Bass, I'm sure, started getting some phone calls. She got on the horn. Hey, we need to expedite the cleaning over there. Well, what are we gonna do? They don't want to leave. Tell them we're gonna give them hotels. And that's exactly what they did. They showed this guy in the news. He's eating his chocolate. They've barely been there for 2 days, and the hotel room looks like one of those homeless encampments. There's trash everywhere because they're tweaked out. Let's keep it real. They're tweaked out, but now the tweaker's got a nice bed to sleep in. He's got a TV. He's got a fridge. He's got his mic. He's living the fucking drug dream, homeboy. What drug addict would not want that? I get a free hotel room. Taxpayers are paying it, and there's no end in sight. I can stay here as long as I want. It's insane.
yeah, that's insane. I like your idea of what do you call it, the desert oasis, where you.
I love
I
it.
mean,
The desert
I like it
oasis.
too, man.
Yeah.
It's legit, and but it's not gonna happen, man, because it's money, and like you were saying, that these politicians they get money from what giving it to their friends or whatever
Right.
to get to the crack pipes.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
It's insane. It's
there was
insane.
there was a saying. I don't know where it came from, but I forgot. It was like it says work sets you free, and I think the desert oasis. I mean, you gotta get them rehab
No,
and
yeah,
all
you
that
you
stuff,
just didn't put them. It's,
and
it's
they
not a
can work.
jail. It's a rehab. It's a rehab. But that's what these people need. They need some tough love. That's the
Yes.
only thing. And anybody who's been a drug addict knows this. It's crazy because I had a lonely and Matt from Diablos over here, Mohawk Matt, which a lot of people know who he is. His story. He's a former drug addict. When I mean drug addict, I mean full blown. This was shooting up dope in his penis, homeboy. If you're shooting up dope in your
Oh
penis, yeah,
wow.
no, that's. I said when we're doing the interview, I said, oh, you one of those. I mean, because I know the levels to this shit. People think that I'm just an asshole that lives in Beverly Hills. I live right here in North Hollywood. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's one of those drug addicts that literally would shoot dope. I penis between the toes. I've seen people do it in the eyes, like just some crazy shit. Holmes. So this guy was one of those drug addicts. He is no longer that guy, but he remembers what kind of person he was, and he's exactly the person that will tell you, yeah, that's enabling them. He's like, dude, if they would have gave me that,
Yes.
I would have never
Yes.
got
Exactly.
clean. It's insane. But now they will call
But yeah.
him, oh, Mohawk Matt. Oh, you're a sellout. No, he's not a sellout. He's coming from that world, and he's telling you, I just came from that world. I've been there for 20 years getting high, and I'm telling you, giving people free stuff like this is only enabling them to keep getting high. It doesn't make any sense. Do not feed the bears, people.
Exactly, man. But yeah, I'm definitely behind your idea of desert oasis. We should make that like a slogan or a hashtag or something.
the meth
I think,
head desert oasis. I love it. I love it. Hey, brother, you have a great one.
yeah.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right,
for taking
brother.
my call.
For sure. There you go, homeboy. All right, people, I gotta plug it again, man. Venice Beach. We got so many people hitting us up. We're booked already with all the players. We got so many people hitting us up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do signups at 10 in the morning so people can start playing at 10:30, man. That way we can get more people in. Caller, who's this? What's going on, my man? Talk to me.
Hello.
Yeah, you sound like you're a little bit far away.
Hey man,
What's up with that? What's up with the four fingers down, man? He like four fingers in a dance, and he like to turn them around. They say, "Man, that guy, man, that
No,
guy."
no. It sounds too echoey, man. It sounds too echoey. Fix the phone. Hello, hello. It was gone. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. You didn't know that, homie? The Rainbow Mafia. That's a real thing, player. That's a real thing. They'll hit you, homie. They got more hitters than the Gambino crime family, carnal. Drunken Chef, what's up, player? Tran- let's see. We keep going. Oh, and I want to talk about Florida and their law over there. Crazy Hood Media. What's good in the hood, homeboy? Let's get it in.
Party line is cracking
Oh,
tonight. What's good, Gil?
You know what it is, homie. We taking all calls, homeboy. We running all fades, homie. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Hey, so I just had a quick warning for all the fans listening to you. It's on the same topic, so
Yeah.
check this out, people. Check this out. So we got a cocktail for fucking disaster right now. So we got the homeless shit going crazy, we got the drugs going crazy, and this financial stuff is about to crash. So
Yeah.
I got some word of advice for all your followers.
Shoot.
Right now's not a time to buy that new 2022, 23 truck. Right now, it's tiempo para guardar, man. Be smart with your money and just wanted to show love. Shout out American Cholo, my boy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Hey, we keep the hood educated, homeboy. That's what we do over here.
But you know, or am I speaking facts, American Cholo, or not?
Yeah, no,
Just tell me
listen. You're absolutely right. We're spending. We're giving billions upon hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. Right? There's a war going on that we're funding. That is our war. We're just having other people fight for us. Yeah, the homeless. It's out of control. I was driving I drive every morning to work. I'm looking, and I was like, and I'm looking at the park in North Hollywood Park, right? And I'm like, dude, look at this place. There's tents everywhere, and it's like we become accustomed to this. That's the sad part. We become accustomed to it. We should not be accustomed to this.
See, this is the parallels between us. So I'm in Washington and Seattle, another big homeless crazy community. I know you've heard of Seattle, right? Obviously, everybody knows Seattle. Homeless shit is crazy over here. So pretty much like even it's sad because like I remember like when I was younger, me and my homies would be able to like hit up the library. Go, man, right now the library is looking like The Walking Dead, homie.
Mhm.
I wouldn't let your kids over there para nada.
That's
homie.
where the
We need to
Conecta
clean this
goes,
shit
fool.
up.
That's where the Conecta goes. They got the bathrooms there. So that's what they do. They go to the places where, all right, I got a bathroom here. I can bird bath. I can take a shower. You go to any public bathrooms out there, they're all tore up. Fool. Every public bathroom looks like a bathroom back in the 1970s on a shitty ass highway where there's only one bathroom there and it's all tore up because the dope fiends are in there.
Look, let me end it off on this. Look, I need everybody to listen to this. There's a video that Gil did where he was gonna have like a thing at the park. Park was all messed up, all trashed up, and he made some noise about it and got it fixed.
Yeah.
Think about this on a bigger level for the community. So just a word of thought to everybody. Crazy Hood Media, I'm out.
That's right, brother. Appreciate it, homeboy. Yeah, we that's what the turkey drive. They didn't want to let me have it at the park because they said the park was too dilapidated, and I went and started making some noise, and they fixed it. But pretty soon I'm gonna be the one they're gonna be calling because yes, people, American Cholo is running for one of the seats over here in North Hollywood, one of the council seats. I'll let you know what the election results are. So I don't just talk about it, homie. I am about it, carnal. Just like back in the days, Gil, you weren't that. I was a banger, but now I'm banging for the community, homie. I'm putting in that work, homie, because talk is cheap. All Vatos do a lot of times just talk. Let's see what you got. Caller, who's this? Hola en saludos. I missed it. You want to say hi and saludos? Well, there you go. Because when I see private sometimes, I think, here comes a private guy. Let's see. Yeah. Do you think juveniles has halls to close and give killers a second chance? Do you think the juvenile halls to close? I don't. Do you think the juvenile halls should close? Well, I think if you're a young person, you should definitely get a second chance. But I'm almost inclined to keep them up to their 30s since nowadays kids aren't really okay. Kids, when I say kids, I mean this respectfully. I'm just an older guy, right? But to me, a 25-year-old is still a kid because you're still trying to learn. But 25-year-olds now are not the same 25-year-olds from 25 years ago. Much more immature. Caller, who's this?
Yo, what's up, man? It's Nathaniel from Texas.
What's up, Nathaniel from Texas? Let's get it in, man.
All right, man. Talking about the homeless, man. I was thinking, it's a public health issue. So addiction is a disease.
Okay.
So disease, so treat it like COVID. What's the cure for the disease? 30-day detox. Make it mandatory detox, man. Everybody who gets caught with like fentanyl and all that, 30-day detox, man. Use the form.
That part, but yeah, but people start screaming, "No, you can't sit here and force somebody. They have the freedom." But no, you're absolutely right. What I'm saying is this: it's not really that difficult. All they have to do is enforce laws that are already in the books. Loitering is one of the biggest weapons, but in California, I don't know if you knew this, they have made loitering no longer a crime. And you know why they did it? It's gonna knock your socks off, or you're from Texas, your boots off. All right. The reason they got rid of loitering in California because it was discrimination against the Latino, Black, and transgender prostitutes.
See, that's where it takes our communities, the Latino community, the Black community, to step up and be like, hey, we don't want this shit in our neighborhoods, man. You got to get these people, like, give them the treatment that they need. They're dying on the street.
Stop voting Democrat, homeboy. I got my uncle. I mean, my uncles. I got my brother-in-laws. I got my sister-in-laws. And they voted what I used to do all the time. Vote Democrat. Vote Democrat in California. That's just that's what we do as Latinos. We vote Democrat. All right. And now when we're sitting here at family functions, politics always comes up. And they know that I'm very heavily in politics. Like, Gil, why is this? Well, Gil, why is this? What can we do? I tell them, don't vote Democrat. That's it. I'm not telling you vote red. I'm just saying, do not vote Democrat anymore. Do not, because in other words, do not go to that store anymore and buy that product. Do not go to that restaurant anymore and do this. Do not buy Bud Light. Like, let your voice be heard with your vote. Even if you don't vote Republican, just don't vote that time. Then that way they can see, like,
no, but
why are we losing that vote?
Here's the flip side to that, though. Like, Republicans, like here in Texas, there's no paid family leave. There's no paid sick leave. Like in California, y'all got that.
Right.
Because of the union, because of Democrats.
Not because of the Democrats. It's because it's in regular. Listen, a Republican in California is a Democrat in Texas.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Republicans out here in Texas, like
it's different. But I'm talking California politics.
Here,
Yeah, I'm talking California. Yeah. California is like its own country. All right, like myself. People say, "Oh, you're just a right wing." I'm sorry. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm pro-choice. I am pro-choice. People, I'm also for certain gun regulations to make it a little bit harder for people to get guns. If you've had a gun, you should be grandfathered to keep having more guns. But I think the legal gun age should be 25 unless you're in the service. Or there's different stuff that I will go both ways on. And I will with the pro-choice, I think it should be up to maybe like 4 months at the very most. And after that, if you're still pregnant after a couple of months and you haven't gone, then you better have this kid, man, because this is a child you're fucking walking around with. So there's certain stuff, but when I say don't vote Democrat, that isn't for the rest of your life. That is, I'm just saying you need to wake the Democratic Party to pay attention that you are not happy with what they're doing, and that's the only way to do it.
I got a solution to that. La Raza Unida Party back in the 60s in Texas, they had La Raza Unida Party. They went to San Antonio, Uvalde, Crystal City,
right.
The Valley, and they even went to California. They broke apart to support Bobby Kennedy. Let's bring back La Raza Unida Party.
That's what I'm talking about.
Our own party. Bring it back. Put a La Raza Unida candidate against, Karen Bass and all that.
We call it the Cali-Mac Party over here, homeboy. Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American, Chicanos, homeboy. All of us together, homeboy. That's power. That's power. Let's keep it real. That's power.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, but yeah, like definitely, man. I mean, I agree with you on that. But yeah, man, I say like it's an addiction. That's a disease.
Yeah.
So what's the cure? 30-day detox.
Yeah, but the cure over here in LA is we're gonna put them in a hotel room. What sense does that make? It's like we've gotten to the world that now it's just insanity, bro. Especially California, it's insanity. It's. I saw this one guy. he's a talk guy that goes around, and he was talking about anorexia, and he was saying, people in anorexia really believe that they're so fat, you know, and that's just something that's going on in their head. But in today's world, be like, oh no, you are fat. If you want to identify, no, no, there's sick people out there, and all we're doing in California is we're making the sick sicker by saying, "Oh no, no, you're okay. Yeah, you can do that." Like, no, you can't smoke crack in front of my house. You can't shoot up dope in front of the school. You can't. This is an issue. You can't put your tent anywhere you want. There needs to be rules and regulations. When there is no rules and regulations, there's anarchy, homeboy.
Well, man, look, man, it might not be the best thing to do, but like, get the community together, man, with the water hose and start spraying them.
For sure.
Strengthen numbers, man, start kicking them out. Like, hey, like a couple years ago, during the riots in Chicago, the Floyd riots and stuff over in Chicago, the Latin Kings got together and they say nobody's gonna riot in these neighborhoods.
Yeah, nobody's looting over here.
People
I remember that. Yeah.
So Raza needs to get together and do the same thing. Be like, hey, we don't want these crackheads near where our kids are at. So we're gonna like take time off of work if we got to. We all get together, rally, and just start pushing them out. Get the water hose. Hey,
for sure.
You got disease, but we don't want to get infected with y'all disease. We don't want our kids, stepping on these needles and stuff like that. So y'all gotta go.
Hey, my man, I appreciate the phone call.
So, man, thank you.
But for sure, late. Texas in the building. See what you got. They believe that by hiding the homeless, magically they will stop being crackheads. Yeah, Smiley, I don't get it, homie. I don't get it, carnal. Like, yeah, no, we cured it. Oh, you get it? Yeah. Okay, that'll be. Imagine you have a pest control company, and you got an infestation of raccoons, right? And they're all over the place. And they say, hey, I got like 20 raccoons in here. They're all in my garage. They're all on my feed. They're all in my barn. And then you come back. I said, I got you, man. I got you. He's like, all right, here, I need a check for $1,500. I got rid of all. Oh, you got rid of them? What'd you do? Oh, I got rid of them, man. You pay the guy the check. You go to get your lawnmower out of the shed, and what comes out of there? 20 raccoons, homeboy. That's what's going on. They're just trying to hide the problem and tell them, give me more money. I take care of you, player. Sounds like a good racket to me. Hey. I do believe that Caruso would have done a better job, because I heard Caruso and he said he kind of skated along because he didn't want to really say, but he pretty much said that he would be willing to do something where you would house him somewhere else. As much money as we built, we could have built a city between here and Palm Springs, homie. I mean, a city, $10 billion, people. It's not 10 million. It's not 10 chicken nuggets. It's $10 billion. Come on now. Caller, who's this?
My name's Keenan, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, my man. Talk to me.
What's up? Yo, it's American Phone. I got you.
You got through, but fix your phone. I don't know if you got a lot of noise in the background, homie.
Oh, right on, dog. How you doing, G? Good to talk to you, man.
What's going on, brother?
I'm over here getting ready. Minute real quick. I had you on speakerphone. My bad.
Nah, no worry. Let's get it in, man. So who's this and where you calling from?
Okay. Speakerphone. Can you hear me, G?
Yeah, but take it off speaker. Speaker sounds horrible.
Okay. All right. That's why I fear people do that on my work time. But anyways, yeah, I hear you on let's say people that are gay, right?
Yes.
But what is the solution? Let me ask you, when people say stuff like, don't bring it in my face, or, it's around kids, it's like I work all the time. I'm a regular person. I don't come across gay people, dog. I don't. Right. And if they are, more to them, G.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we see it on the news, but really, how much of that stuff really going on? Because here's the deal. I'm like you, G. I grew up in the hood. People used to call me a gangbanger. And I had that in my head, G. Until I found out, you know what? It is what it is. It's our own thing, dog. We made this. This is who we are. I like the way I dress. I like our attitude. I like the way I talk. But I just turned into something positive. But
nice.
I don't think we're all that way, dog. There's a lot of us that are up to no good. So people have a perception, but we're not all that way. So I feel when you put labels on a whole segment of people, they get all lumped in with all the bad ones, G. You know what I mean?
I get
that. At the end of the day, what happens? So how do we deal with it? So when people say, I'm not against you, you could.
I got an answer for you. Exactly what you said. Yeah, listen, homie, I could care less what you're doing. I really could. I don't care if anybody's gay, lesbian, the issue that I believe that most people have is that they've crossed the line, where the line is elementary schools. You're pushing this
Yeah.
stuff into elementary schools. You're pushing. There's people that are sick in the head. There's this one. Let me give you a great example. There's this one
Okay.
transgender girl that she became real famous. I can't think of her name. Somebody can put the in the comment section, please. That she has I don't know if she still does a reality show on one of these platforms, right? And
Okay.
and you have her parents talking about, oh, when she was, I want to say 6 months old, she told me, why am I in this body? This is not the right body. I'm a girl. When have you ever heard a
Hmm.
6 month old talk that fluently? And when would you ever have a 6 month old say something like this?
They must have a lot of money and a good teacher to get them to talk that early.
No, the problem is that
Yeah.
a lot of people who are, LGBTQ are
Hmm.
now, it's almost like how back in the days, a lot of our older first generation gang members were pushing that agenda into children. Oh, you're gonna be from the hood, or you're gonna be this. And then when the children got older, like, dude, I didn't want to do this. My parents pushed me into this. That's the same
Yeah.
thing that's going
Yeah.
on with the transgender thing. It's not so much the gay. I think what people are having problems is with the school stuff, and also how they're pushing so many laws to have children, people younger than 18, chop body parts off, homie. Most of these kids
Mm.
are gonna just be gay, and there's nothing wrong with it. But now it's like
No, I
the
mean, well, I hear you. Check it out, but like you probably had friends when you were younger, and they had that one kid. You go to their house, and he wanted to play
still
with the
do,
girls and play
still
Barbies.
do, still
You know what I mean?
do.
And you know, and yeah, okay, and you know, you don't say nothing, but when you go home, you talk to her, you're like, that kid's probably gonna okay, right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah, yeah, and then they end up turning out that you always knew that they were. I had a cousin that way, dog. He he's from he wanted to be straight so bad, dog. He even put tattoos, try to play the whole part. But we all knew he was gay, dog.
Right.
And I felt bad for him because we grew up in the church, right? And in the church, there's no acceptance. Even though they say this or that, they
Yeah, I'm
tell
not
you
down with that.
it's it's a problem or this or that, And it's like, you know what? When my uncle, I shit you not, told us not to go to the funeral because the spirit of gayness was jumping us.
Oh
But I
yeah,
loved my
yeah.
cousin, dog. He was a good dude. But a lot of the family members were like that, right? That dude died sad, man. You know what I mean? And I love him. And there's no
Yeah,
wrong with him. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and that's a real family member. But he didn't put it in my face, and I get that. But at the same time, he just was him. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you get older, you must have some sort of acceptance. Now, some of the stuff you're talking about, yes, I mean, there has to be limits on stuff. Like, you can't be everybody. You can't be teaching kids about sex at a certain age because they need to worry about school and all that stuff. So there's always an extreme. There's always a party that's extreme, and we see it right now in what's going on in America with
Yeah.
the extreme people. There's nobody to the center no more. You know
Well,
what I mean? No, and that's where you really are. So what happens is people get pushed in their corners, and
yes.
nobody wants to really come up with solutions. Like, look at the border right now, dog.
Yep.
You can say whatever you want, but I'm Mexican, dog. I'm American Mexican. My family's been here forever. When people talk about them, dog, I see myself in them, dog. I see my grandfather. So yeah, I feel some type of way, G. And so, but it's like at the same time, people are like, they're invading or this and that. It's like, well, what's the solution then, dog? These are real people.
Listen, with
You know what I mean?
I've got for both the LGBTQ. Stay away
Yeah.
from kids. You want to do a drag show? I don't care. Nobody cares. Like the majority of America doesn't
Yeah.
care. But it's almost like
No.
oh, you're looking at me. You're like, no, I'm sitting eating dinner, and you're coming up to me. Oh, are you looking at me? Are you like, no, I really don't give a shit.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
you,
don't know. I don't get that.
but that's just like the way America feels. Like, dude, just
Oh.
back up. No, I'm saying that
Well, I get. That's
just
what I
back
said.
up. But I have seen it. I have seen it at the gym where I'm at. I seen a
Hmm.
dude walking out of the bathroom, out of
Yeah.
the ladies' locker room. So it's coming
Yeah.
to a point where, oh, this is not a penis, this is a vagina. Because I identify it as a
See,
vagina. No, it doesn't work like that, brother.
but check it out. At the end of the day, really, when your life goes on, is it really going to change your life, though? You know
Well,
what I mean?
well,
You know what I mean?
I'm not, and no. As far as you wanting to do that, get your money. I don't care, but
Mhm.
I don't feel comfortable with a guy going and showering at the ladies' locker room when my wife goes to that gym with me. That's the issue.
Of course, a lot of people. So that's something. But I think what we do is sometimes is we talk at each other and not to each
Oh
other.
no, I listen.
And you gotta, yeah.
I've asked, man, more than 6, 7 different gays, transgenders. They want to come on the platform.
Yeah.
They don't want to come because the reality is, a lot of times they don't want to have the conversation. They're just gonna their answer to to our feelings, right? In other words, you guys should should respect our feelings, all this. But when we have a disagreement or opinion, then we're homophobes. We're just the typical cholos that hate everybody. Where they start with all the hate talking, like,
Hey,
whoa, I'm just trying to have a
but
conversation
check
with
it
you.
out, dog. You have to know that we do have homies that just don't accept it, dog. And
Oh,
I get it,
but
homie.
that's
I'm not mad.
anybody.
I'm not mad at them, dog. Yeah. So I mean, that's it. But at the end of the day, like I said, like I just feel like
Hey,
sometimes
before you
what
go,
I don't want happening.
yeah, I get it.
Um,
Before you go, I want to tell you something though. Like to the
Oh, yeah.
to the religious half that say it's the worst sin in the world that God said it. All right, all right. Wait, no, wait for it. Then that means, my
Yeah.
friend, you can't get a blowjob. You can't do no butt
Oh,
action.
yeah,
No, it's all
right,
that's
yeah.
that's all
That gets
sodomy.
into some. That's what I say. Get to another area.
Yeah,
But real quick
that's
before you
all.
go, I got one other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
For your point, for the homeless people.
Yeah.
The homeless people, dog. Put it this way. Again, that's where I come from. The church. I see them and they, oh, look at these homeless people. It's like, what happened to the days where you would go up and get some food or something, G? I work my whole life. I'm not rich or nothing, G. When I see people on the corner or like that, because we have them in pockets here, I look at them and I go, you know what? I told my wife this the other day. You know when people say they should get them out here and this and that, and I get why, you know, some are on drugs, some are crazy. The thing is society, they don't want to see it, right? Because if they don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Well,
And that's the problem, G. The reality smacks people in the face sometimes. I sit there and look like, God damn, I hope I don't end up like that. I got to try it every day. You know what I mean? But at the same time, nobody comes up with solutions. Like, where's all the money, tax money going?
I told you I got a solution, homie. I got the solution, homie.
Yeah.
We make an encampment out even towards Palm Springs, somewhere in the desert area. As much money they're putting out there,
Yeah.
you make actual encampments, right? And actual, like, even you can now at the money they're wasting, you can make building facilities. You start,
100%.
You start enforcing the loitering laws. Every ticket they get. After that, hey, you're going 30 days to rehab. You come back out, we catch you with dope. Hey, you're going 3 months to rehab. We'll come out, we catch you with dope until damn, I'm tired of going to damn rehab. We'll stop getting high in the streets. And that'll give you a little clarity to start getting clean. But what we're doing is and I get it. You have a huge heart, but if we went out to the woods and everybody in let's say Yosemite, everybody, hey, the bears don't have that much food. Let's start feeding them. What's going to happen? The bears are all going to come out, start hitting the houses. That's what the term says. Don't feed the bears. And what we're doing with the homeless, I understand it makes you feel good. You're not helping them by giving them the food. You're not helping. That would be like if your son or daughter, God forbid, you know, you caught them in the bedroom and they're shooting up heroin. Are you gonna say, okay, mijo, I'm gonna start giving you $500 for food? You can stay here as long as you want. No, you're gonna be like, hey, dude, we need to get something going on. We need to get you clean. I'm not gonna enable you. But the problem is, to our kids, we'll do that. But to society, we're letting society just stay getting high. It's insane.
But see, that's what I say. Like we talk about this stuff, but in reality, we know this. Me and you, we're older.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes some of these things are way deeper than just you're homeless. You know what I mean? Like we know how you get there. There's things that happen along the way that get you there sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get it.
You know, so a lot. That's what I'm saying. So there we go again. Because you know, there's plenty of people that are living in their cars right now, that are working at McDonald's or whatever. And people, and they're sleeping in their car, and then the cop comes over and says, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I got nowhere to go." Gee, get the ticket.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's like they pop more. You know what I'm saying? Like so there's plenty of people out there like that. I know you guys are
that kind of person.
You guys got a big problem up there.
That kind of person, and that's why I just did a post today. I put a single father. He's looking at the computer. He's all stressed out. You could tell, like the picture was the guy's trying to pay his bills, right? Because I got a friend of ours here in the family that she can't afford to stay out here in North Hollywood. She's like, dude, I love it here. This is my hometown, but I can't. I'm a single mom, and I'm like, and in my head, I'm thinking, you're giving all these hotels to all these meth heads, and this is just the way I'm thinking, right? You're giving this hotel to all these drug addicts, and you got people that are actually out here struggling, like the people you said right now sleeping in the car. Anybody who's got a job should not be sleeping in their car. I don't care. If you can prove you're working at McDonald's and you're trying to make ends meet, damn it, if we have to subsidize a hotel for you, I'm down for that. I would be more than happy to sit there and see people going, hey, I'm going to go get food to this person that's working. Because they're actually
check it out.
They're making an effort.
Man, but listen, man, see, I'll give you a perfect scenario, man. Say you work at a job, you're making $15 an hour.
Yeah.
You paying the rent, you get behind a little bit, you know, you get an eviction. Next thing you know, you start looking around, there's no places to rent right now. And everywhere you go, it's, you know, first and last deposit. So you got to come like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Who has that money when you're only making $50? I'm not saying that's their fault. You know what I'm saying? They're making that money, but sometimes you get in a situation that you just can't help, and life just shits on you. They'll get out of it, but I'm just saying they're not meaning to be that way. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're at. Like, where did this? Like right now, in the last 2 years, why is the rate so high? There's a lot of people that rent, dog. Like seriously, I got people living in 2 bedroom apartment paying like $3,000 a month. You know what I mean? $4,000 a month. It's crazy, man.
What state
But
do you live
that
in?
is what it is. You got to keep grinding, huh? I live in San Diego.
Okay, well, this is the
I'm
crazy
right here in
part.
Cali. You
Okay,
know what's up.
this is the
You know what I mean?
this is the crazy part. I tell people, who runs California? What party runs
Yeah.
California? The party that says they love you, they're gonna take care of you, is the same party taking money from all these developers. The developers are mostly Republicans. I'm gonna keep it real.
Exactly,
All
dog.
right, no,
You
but
know
the
me, and
Democrats.
you're a framer, right? He's a he. You know all these dudes. Check it out. I know what they do. They get kickbacks, dog. That's the game.
Yes, you know
They
the
all get
game.
kickbacks, dog. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, G. And that's the way it runs, dog. So that's what I mean. These people don't want you to know, but that's why these people stay at 30 years in these Republicans and Democrats.
Yep.
Because all these people are giving, they started off making, $80,000 a year, 50 years ago. Now they got 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 million. Dog.
There
Where'd you
go.
get that, G?
They
You
got
know
it
what I'm
off.
saying?
They
Like,
got it off
so-
raising your rent.
Let me ask. So I'll tell people how to vote. You
Yeah.
do your background checks.
Yeah,
You make sure these people ain't corrupt.
to me,
You make
just
sure they're self-made.
stop voting Democrat.
And-
Because that's the case. You don't vote for
Well,
nobody.
Either way, how they want, and stop voting for damn people that got no expertise in the position you're putting them in.
For
Don't
sure.
vote for no movie stars. Don't vote for no fucking influencers. If I need you to build me a house, I'm calling Gil.
Hey, what
Here's
you mean,
Cholo.
man?
Boom.
I'm running for
Get up.
I'm running for council in North Hollywood. You're telling me not to vote for a movie
bro,
star, fool.
check it out. We need people. Yeah, we need people like that are talking like this, so we can get out there. But if you want like somebody to make a big budget plan and to get all this out, I'm going to all big firms. Some people are real professionals, man.
For
That
sure.
this guy knows what he's doing. That's how you hire people. Sometimes you're willing to teach them if they're willing to work.
Yeah,
but
for
sometimes
sure.
you get a guy who's an expert in something. You're calling that guy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Is I think people started voting for whoever tells them what they want to hear.
Yeah,
Say
that's the problem.
not something like that. That's real meaningful. That because once you get down to the numbers, a lot of us don't understand it. But at the end of the day, I think people are just getting these positions that have no business being there.
Yeah, for sure.
As well, man. So
Hey,
there's
brother,
a lot of shit going on, dog. I appreciate you
Yeah, for
taking my
sure.
phone call.
I appreciate the phone
I'll
call,
hit you
brother.
up. I listen to you all the time, dog. But I'm like going, God damn it, Gil. No, that's not the right way, bro. But I'm old enough to know, and I work in retail,
Right.
because I meet all kinds of walks of life, and you have to be respectful.
Yes.
But I know there's a lot of people with a lot of things going on out there. But at the end of the day, I think we got more in common
Yes, sir.
if we talk about it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck the Republican, fuck the Democrat,
Yes, sir.
independent. We're all just humans trying to make it in this world and trying to get after it.
That part,
But
homie.
anyways,
Hey, God bless you,
know
homie.
what?
Appreciate
Stay
it,
up.
brother, for
Stay
sure.
up, homie.
San Diego in the building. That's what I'm talking about. See, man, that's what we do this, man, to have these conversations, homeboy. Mr. OGC with that $15 super chat. Salute, Gil. Shout out from the Boogie Down Bronx, homie. Thoughts on Duno getting fired at Power 106? I'll hit that right now. Let's see who's calling first. Caller, who's this? Let's see. Caller, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Gil? This is Miguel.
Hey, what's up, Miguel? Talk to us, man.
Hey, what's up, man? I wanted to give you 2 point of views. One from a younger generation and one from an older, like
Let's do it.
our jefes and jefes. All right. So this is coming from like my personal family and my friends, right? So what I've seen, right?
Right.
Okay. So the young generation, I see them that they, young Chicanos, they want to come to the United States, to California. They want to be the first ones to go to college because a lot of the parents don't even speak English, right?
Right.
Okay, they go to college. Now they got debt, right? Because they are not able to pay it because they're going to college. Now that goes to their credit. Okay, so now when these people end up in a car, people that I know very close, sleep in a car, and they're working, they try to get rent a house, right?
Right.
Like your past caller just said, he doesn't have 3,000. Three
Yeah,
times amount.
Yeah,
of the rent.
you can't afford it. It's way too expensive. Yes.
Hold up. Not just that, but they want like $100, $200 for a background check, an application fee. They call it an application fee, but a lot of them don't even mention that. Hey, you know what? If you guys do a background check, my credit will be fucked up. I'm gonna let you know right now. But that's because I went to school.
I think they just changed that fee in California. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn they just changed that, or at least in LA, where you don't have to pay that anymore, which is a good thing.
Okay, another thing, the hospital bills. A lot of people get hurt, whatever. That can fuck up your credit. Just because I got hurt in the hospital and it went to my credit, next thing you know, you got to be homeless. But hey, you can be a drug addict and we'll give you a hotel.
That's the problem.
Hey, you go to the hospital, you're done.
That is the problem.
Now we're gonna go to the older people, the veterans.
Right.
Okay, these veterans, a lot of them, especially have Plan A, Plan B, Medi-Cal, Medicare, Plan C, Plan D that covers dental, that covers health, doctor's visits,
Right.
uh, fees that you have to go through. Um, Also, too, that also covers vision.
Okay, it covers a
All
lot.
these
It covers a lot of
people that
stuff.
know people that all that stuff, right? Okay, when these people try to get a place of their own, they're by themselves. Other, for example, their family died. They're the last ones. They probably have to sleep in front of the family member's house just to stay safe. All right. Now these people try to rent. Now these people can't. These old people can't even rent because, like the last caller said, they don't have three times amount from Social Security. So Security won't
Right.
give you enough. So now you got old people that are not doing drugs, that got SSI, and they're still not able to fucking live anywhere. But these drug addicts are able to have a hotel.
Yeah, that's the
So,
issue, homie. That is the issue. I don't
but
have
guess
a
what?
problem
But guess
helping
what? But
people.
hold up. Let me guess what? Now these old people are dying, right? Because some of them have diabetes, right? But guess what? They're gonna say you're gonna have to go to hospice. And when you go to hospice, guess what, Gil? Bye bye SSI. Now you're trapped behind a window that
Right.
you're not even able to escape.
Right. Right. But that's the system that we keep voting for. And that's why I say don't vote
That's
that way. That's the system that we
if
keep
you
voting
know,
for.
you know.
That's the
If you
problem.
know, when you pass through these, dude, trust me. There's a lot of people that live by these nursing facilities. A lot of the ambulance don't even turn on the alarm anymore because the neighbors already know that they're going there almost every other day to pick up the
Right.
same people.
Of course, of course. And that's what I'm saying.
So,
Listen,
so
to waste your money on people that are just want to get high. That's the once you've caught that bite of that drug addiction, you don't care anymore. All your mindset is just I'm waking up every morning and where am I gonna get high? That's what it is. And we're wasting our money on that when you do have older people, younger people that really need the help. To me, I don't have an issue using taxpayer money to help people get on their feet. That's what America does. What America doesn't do is throw their money away at people who don't want it. They just want to get high, homie. And to me, it's let them get high. Do you want to get high, but not on my dime. But that's it. Hey, my man, I appreciate the phone call.
thank you for the time, Joe.
All right, brother, late. All right, Mr. Ghost Dog 619. Thoughts on Duno getting fired by Power 106? I don't know if he got fired. I think he quit. I heard the thing on AD's channel that that he just didn't want to do it. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe the generational thing that something. Listen, freedom is something that I take very seriously. I can definitely go work somewhere else, make more money, but I just love the freedom or how I work. Right. With him, he was probably just so used to doing his own thing, but to me, it's like hopefully it wasn't a blown opportunity. I would have if depending on how much the money was and all that, I think he would only have to work 3 hours a day. But maybe Duno don't want to wake up in the morning. Huh? Maybe he's smoking too much ganja. But to me, it's get your priorities straight. I don't really know his situation, so I can't say 100%. But to me, it's get the priorities straight. I would have stayed on. I mean, stayed on for a year, get that under your belt. That could lead to some huge stuff. But maybe he's got some other stuff in the works. I don't know. I don't know how he is financially, so I can't say it. But to me, if he quit just because I couldn't wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, that's something that's very childish. But I'm not saying that's what it was. But if that's what it was, because I'm just too tired, then I think that was a bad opportunity because I mean I think for him that could have definitely been an opportunity where he could have done real big things, but I don't know the whole ins and outs. But me personally, if I got a job like that, I'm not quitting within a month because I can't get up or whatnot. Hope that answered your question. Caller, who's this? Hello.
What's going on, American Cholo? What up?
Who's this
It's
guy,
Big
man?
Raja.
Who's this guy, man? Hey, Roger,
It's
turn
Rogelio in the house.
turn your 12-inch screen TV off, please. I heard it in the background.
No, man, shut up, bro. Please. You mean my 75?
I had a bigger TV in jail than Roger has in his house right now.
Yeah, right, bro. Don't make it. Listen, bro. Listen. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to piss me off so I can do a live on you. I can call you on on Google, and you can see the fucking house, and then you take a shit. Listen, bro.
What's up,
Hey,
Raj?
listen. So I just called the West Coast a little while ago. Hey, listen, I wanted to talk to you about.
Shout out to West Coast.
Actually, no, listen, bro. You make a lot of good points, and that's why I watch you. But anyway, that's beside. I agree with you 100% what you're saying. But I kind of wanted to touch into the Duno thing.
Yeah.
I really I don't know Duno or No Jumper. I really don't watch any of that. I only started watching. I kind of know a little bit about it because of the drama that was going on and some of these other channels that were talking about Duno. Duno doesn't represent my community. I don't like the guy personally, and if that guy represents my community, he's not my community, you know. But that being said, this is just a lesson for some of you millennials out there. I think he blew it.
I think,
you know, working for Power 106, you are absolutely right. He could have built a huge following, just like that one guy who, I forgot the black guy who had the radio station.
Big Boy.
Who came out. Who was it?
Big Boy on Power 106?
Yeah, Big Boy, and then there's another black guy somewhere in Chicago, or
anyway.
The
guy from the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, the guy from the Breakfast Club. Yes, sir. So yeah, dude, he blew it, and you're absolutely right. The guy probably got high. He didn't want to go to work, and that's what happens to a lot of these millennials, bro. They don't want to do anything anymore, bro. They're so fucking lazy.
The drive, to me, it's the drive. To me, I want to be independent. I want to be at the house. I want to have some money in my pocket. You know, I want to go to the restaurant. You know, buy my wife dinner. Like, that's a great feeling. But I'm sure he's got money. But I mean, I don't know. To me, that was just to me, it was a big opportunity that he could have made so many connections.
Yeah, and I'm sure he had a little bit of money, but how much does that money go in California?
Yeah, it doesn't go far.
It's just it's ridiculous. So, you know, I think the guy, you know, whatever. And to be honest with you, I see nothing appealing about the guy. I mean, he's I don't know, bro, but whatever.
It's because
I'm not gonna talk about
it's because also you're much older. He's a younger crowd. He's got a huge following in the younger generation of you know, kids. I guess that's what it is. It's just a generational gap. But I think that was a bad mistake on his part. But who knows? That hopefully the guy will prove us wrong and do something bigger than that.
Well, I mean, yeah, he has to. He's going to have to do something bigger than his waistline. But that being said, yeah, dude, it just all you guys, bro, who want to be independent, dude, you guys have to work at your craft, bro. You got to be, you know.
Hey, Roger, we got a question. We got a question for you by Sports Genius.
Yes,
he says, Gil, but I'm gonna give it to you, and then I'll piggyback off of you. What do you think about the raza in Florida? They voted for that vato, so shouldn't feel bad. They're talking about DeSantis in Florida. I think June 1st is that E-Verify, which means you have to be a citizen or have papers to work in the state of Florida. If not, you're not going to be able to work. What do you think about that?
I think it's a political ploy. You know, we did the same thing in Arizona with the.
I remember
Verify.
that.
You got to remember Arizona. Yeah, Arizona was one of the most racist states in the world. I mean, it was worse than the South, bro.
With our
when I first moved here, this state, this is a purple. I'm telling you, bro, I see the change. This state went from completely red, Confederate, to a purple state. It's almost blue now.
Really?
So it doesn't surprise me. I think it's just a political ploy. He's trying to, dude, he's not going to win, bro. DeSantis, I mean, Trump is going to eat him alive. Did you see Trump in the CNN?
He killed it. He killed it.
Did you see Trump on the CNN town hall?
CNN, I was like, these dirtbags. I was like, what's the big deal? I said, CNN's his arch rival. The phrase fake news came from banging on CNN, but CNN wanted the fucking views. And I'm sure they got him, but he destroyed
and it backfired, bro. They put that girl there who was trying to, dude, even the crowd loved them, bro. It's over, dude. Like, unless they fix it again like they did last time. You know what
I was thinking? But sometimes he'll just straight lie to your face. No, it didn't happen. No, and I'm like, this fucking guy, he don't give a shit. But this is what I'm thinking. Can you imagine?
No, but he made a lot of good points.
No, he can give it and take it. Could you imagine for 1 second you having Joe Biden on Fox News with like a Tucker Carlson asking him all kind of questions, or a Hannity?
Oh, dude, he would have a stroke.
He would have a stroke.
He would die.
Really?
He wouldn't be able to do it.
He can't. So
he wouldn't be able to do it.
I'm thinking, what is the strategy of the Democrats with Biden when they go to the debates? Because that's going to happen. He's going to have to debate whoever the Republican is. But
you got to remember. So here's one thing: you had a lot of guys like Alexandria Cortez. Yes. He was totally against it. They didn't want Trump to be on. Why? Because they know bro, he won the CNN crowd over. What does that tell you?
Yeah, but the CNN crowd was Republicans. They invited Republicans.
It does. Well, it doesn't. Yeah, well, that's the smart thing that Trump did. I mean, what do you think that's going to do to the CNN crowd too?
Yeah.
It's going to win some people over.
Well, it'll
Bro,
win. They
listen,
still hate his
nobody
guts.
they do, but you know the sick thing about these liberals, bro, it's they're masochists, bro. No matter how bad they have it, they're still gonna they can get abused and fondled, and they're gonna love it, bro.
Yes,
Look at the
yes,
economy right now, dude.
yes, dude.
Inflation, their kids can't fucking their kids are coming. Dude, all these liberals, they hate it because their kids are coming back to live in their houses and they can't stand their kids. And they're living in hell right now, bro.
Hey,
You know?
yeah,
And
that's what I heard, Roger. I heard you moved back into the basement, Roger. I heard you had to move back in, homeboy. That's why you're upset at fucking the
shit,
liberals, man.
bro. Yeah, I would do it, bro. Hey, mom, where's the meatloaf? You know? I would do
Hey,
it.
so we got another question. Lomeli, great point, Gil. I agree. What do you think about Robert Kennedy Jr.? Me, I think it's good that he's running against Biden. I can't
I
believe
do. I like him a lot.
I can't believe that
Yeah, I
Biden
like him a
doesn't have the fucking the sense or his people to say, "Hey, Mr. President, you've done." They couldn't even lie to him. You've done a great job, thank you, but we need to go with somebody else now. I mean, that's reality, and
Yeah,
they don't want to do that.
no, I understand that, and that would be listen. But you guys have to understand something. There was a book written something about the pig farm, where the circus of animals is running the thing. So Biden is not really an entity, dude. This is the deep state that's running Biden because whatever the deep state tells Biden,
Yeah,
like the Ukrainian war, we want the war. We want the war. The U.S. economy is crashing. I don't care. We want the war. No matter what, we cannot stop the war. We need to go to war. We need to go to
right.
war. They're going to go to war with China. Everything is split. The Democrats, Republicans, now everybody, even Bernie Sanders, who was against war, now looking at him. Oh, he's for war. We need to support the Ukraine. We
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
give
It's
him that.
insane. It's
Give him this.
insane.
Give him that. You
It's
know, they want
insane.
to start World War III. You know,
Hey,
that's what they want, bro.
hey, that was a that was a great fucking comeback from Trompito when she asked him, "Okay, well, who do you want to win the war, Russia or Ukraine?" And they thought they had him. He's
I
like,
want people to stop dying.
"I want people to stop."
Exactly.
I said, "Oh, this son of a bitch." Yeah, that's listen. It was funny because there were some Republicans that I had that I follow that didn't want Trump to run again. And after yesterday, they're like, "This is why we love this guy so much. He brings the heat, homeboy. He brings the heat." And I don't see anybody unless they're gonna get Trump for some old murders from back in the days eventually.
Yeah, bro. They're gonna. You know what they're gonna do? This is what they're gonna do, bro. This is them. They're gonna exonerate Chapo, and they're gonna say they're gonna get him out of prison. They're gonna exonerate him, and they're gonna say that everything Chapo did it was Trump. That's what they're gonna do, and they're probably gonna blame Escobar. They're gonna say, no, it wasn't Escobar. It was Trump. That's what
Hey,
dude, I'm telling
Trump's
you,
bringing all the fentanyl in, homeboy. Trump is a
dude,
bad
and you know what's
hombre.
scary
Trump is
about
a
it,
bad
bro?
hombre.
I know, but listen, bro. I want you Americans, anybody with common sense. Why are they throwing so much dirt on this guy? And it's Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah.
The whole world is against this guy. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Deep state,
Ask
baby.
yourself that
Deep
question.
state, baby.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
They don't want to run. Hey,
All
Roger.
right, American.
I appreciate the phone call, player. Always a good time.
All right, man.
Late. Big Roger was in the building. Great point. Okay, what have you got over here? I got some more. Gil, you run for city council? Yeah, Cortura Cafe. I'm running. It's going to be this June, North Hollywood. I'm going to hopefully get elected, and I'm going to be in the meetings with about 5 or 6 different people of the city council of North Hollywood. And then I'm going to get some stuff done in my community, man. I'm really going to get some stuff done, or I'm going to find out how it works to make some stuff happen in my community. So it's not just me making phone calls. I'm going to actually be there where I can tell the person, hey, man, why is this park like this? Hey, why is this over here? Why is it? I can go and complain to the actual people there. So that's what I'm doing. Like I said, I don't just talk, homie. I actually do, carnal, and that's how we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make something happen, man. Central Cal, what's good, Central Cal? How you doing, my man? What are your thoughts on those people coming across the border at the moment? All right, let's run it. That's the people who are trying to get through the Title 42 and all that. I think that it's a mistake of the United States government. Give me 1 second, 602. To just let everybody come in, because what's going to happen is there's going to be another wave and then another wave and then another wave. I think that we need to fix the immigration policy that's a failure of a policy that both Democrats and Republicans have done nothing about. I think we need to give a pathway to citizenship to the 11 million illegals in this country that are here that have been working their butts off for the last 20, 30 years, and they shouldn't fear getting deported. I think that we need to start worrying about what's going on here so we can start helping people over there. I think we need to start changing policies that make jobs over there. We need to get away from this you know, giving China all our production. Look what happened after the COVID. It shut down production. Everything was shut down. You're still trying to have problems getting computer chips out here because it's so backed up. Why are we sitting here doing business with China when it's communist China and they're one of our worst enemies? They want to see us fall down. Let's put these manufacturing companies from Mexico all the way down and bring money to these countries so their people don't leave. Hopefully that answered your question, brother.
Tony.
Tony, what's good, Tony?
What's good, bro? I just closed the store right now. I can finally get through and talk to you, bro. What's good?
¿Cómo estás, Tony? Talk to us, homeboy.
Good, bro. Hey, I really hope you win city council, bro, because here's my pet peeve, right? I work in Sherman Oaks, very nice area.
Yes.
And it seems like every time it rains, they fix the potholes within like a day or two, right?
Right.
And I guess they call their councilman, they call whoever because they fix them quick. In Hollywood, the potholes are still pretty bad.
Well,
So,
go ahead, Tony. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I really hope you win so you can fix our potholes, our parts. You know what I mean? Get all that stuff in order.
Let me tell you how this works. Okay, this is how this works. The reason the potholes in Sherman Oaks are getting fixed quicker than the potholes in North Hollywood is because the people in Sherman Oaks care about their community more than the people in North Hollywood. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Not anymore. Not with you.
Not with me.
Right
yeah,
there,
but this is what it is. The city. Every park has somebody that's supposed to work there. Every park in Los Angeles has a crew that is supposed to work in that park. So if you see the weeds all the way up, it's because nobody's calling to complain. Nobody's calling 311. Nobody's calling their local council person and saying, hey, man, I'm at this park on Lancashire and so-and-so. The weeds are out of control. La, la, la. They'll come out and cut it. Or graffiti. When you see graffiti on all kind of walls and you see it there for a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time, it's because nobody in that community is calling to say, hey, there's graffiti. You call graffiti, they will be out there in no more than 48 hours. They want you to call so they could paint that graffiti. It takes a community. And the thing is, a lot of times with us, we don't get involved. We need to make those phone calls to yeah, go ahead.
With that being said, I do see a change. So over by my house, as you know, they're demolishing all the old houses. There was one that was really dilapidated, like down on Kitchens or whatever, right?
Right.
And it's just all tagged up. There's nothing there. It's an empty lot, right?
Oh yeah, the one that has every gang in the area tagged up on there.
Ándale. All right. So we live in the same place.
I know where you live, Tony. I know where you live, Tony.
Right?
Trust me.
Yeah. So Combato trying to leave his shit right there,
I'm
right?
back, fool. I'm back.
And I see some dudes go. Ándale, I see some older cats go and talk to the guy and like within an hour because I drive up and down there, you know. The guy was gone, so it's like, you know,
I think he got evicted. No, he had all his shit out there.
Yeah, he had all his shit out there, and they hey, get the fuck out of here, you know. So it starts with us, bro.
Yes.
Like it starts with us because we're the ones that walk, you know what I mean, around the block and this, you know,
like
with our moms, like.
Yeah, my neighbor.
I want to walk around with
my neighborhood. My neighborhood right here, for my neighborhood. I go out there all the time. If I see somebody, I'll go out there and hey, homie. They'll be like, oh, what? Like you kick this? I said, nah, man. Hey, just do me a favor, homie. Just take your trash with you. That's all. Take your trash. Keep this shit clean. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
If I see an RV, I go knock on this shit. Hey, this ain't that kind of party. Keep it pushing. In other words, instead of like, that gangbang mentality we had, no, you got to go out there and speak to people, be assertive and tell them, hey, man, this is not happening here. And little by little, people know.
I don't mind them right there, like on Benoit, like where all the bushes and all that shit grows, where they grow all the trees. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't mind if they're there. Like I'm not tripping, but it's like when they're literally like, I can't walk around, like it's getting out of hand. But props to whoever kicked them out and said, hey, you can't be here no more. Because it's like it just slowly just starts seeping in. You know what I mean? And it's like we've become too conformed with that, and it's not. You know what I mean?
It's not good, fool. It's not good. My first thing when hopefully win over here in city council. My thing is on Tierra Street. You have that park right there. You have the school right there, and you have all kind of homeless right there. No, the law of LA is after they passed the thing, I think about 2 years ago, homeless person cannot be 500 feet from a school. And that's a great law. You shouldn't have children walking with their parents home with the tecato right there, or a drunk guy over there just getting all boozed up in front of the kids. No, take that shit somewhere else. I mean,
Yeah, because it's like the area was really nice. Like there's that restaurant Chinese delight. Like I used to eat there comfortable. And I'm just when I eat there, I'm just watching the door and make sure some crazy guy
right?
doesn't walk in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's
It's
nuts. I
it's
mean,
nah, but hey, I mean, I hope you post the crap out of like when you are running because I remember you said with Swifty that hey, go check in at the booth. You feel me?
that's how
Like
we do it, homeboy.
we need that flow.
Vote
You
is
know what I
power.
mean? I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna tell everybody else to vote. You know what I mean? If
Right
they're not
on.
registered, I'm gonna register them right now.
That's right, Tony.
All
Hey,
right,
man, I
hey, well, I'm
appreciate it,
gonna let
homie.
you go out.
You got it, brother. Have a good
Yeah, I
one.
gotta open up the store again. All right,
Later.
later.
Hold on. Let me ask this guy. No. There you go, homeboy. Let's keep going. What do we got? Shit, I've already been on for an hour and 20. Look at that. 400 in the building. I'm loving it, homie. That's how we do. We get the combo in, carnal. Da-da-da-da. I thought El Paso getting invaded. Seems like our ship about to hit an iceberg. Yeah, yeah. Something's going down, Smiley. It's definitely going down. It's a perfect storm right now. American Cholo, mayor, 818. Imagine how many. Oh, imagine getting a load of me being the mayor of LA, Holmes. Oh no, you have people. I have I have people protesting all the time, but you'll have clean streets and safe streets. That's for sure. Let's see. Caller, who's this? Big Dan, what's happening, homeboy?
Just listening to the podcast right now, and I agree with you 100% on getting to know your city council and paying attention
Yes, sir.
because we've made moves where we live and we found a lot of corruption. So people do exactly what you said: pay attention, call them, and let them know.
Yeah, for sure. You got to communicate. It's no. We're even the city's not mind readers. They can't know that your park's messed up. They can't know this and that because they have employees there that are responsible for stuff like that. They're just not doing their job.
Definitely, and we have a lot of RVs in my particular city trying to move in, and basically all our neighbors we got together and we're,
Yes.
we're we're complaining to the city council and they're gonna pass something soon because people are putting their arms up in the air and saying something. So
Once they
that
start
was a
seeing
good
the
thing.
voters, once they start seeing the voters are getting upset, they go back and have their meetings. Hey man, they're upset, and they know the tweakers ain't voting, so they know you're the one that's holding their job on the line. That's when they'll start doing something. So that's what we have to do. Just like everybody pushes up on everybody else to do what they want, we need to push up. And the thing is, we don't want nothing that's crazy. We don't want RVs in front of our houses. We don't want tents at our parks. We don't want to have our wives' daughters go to the store and be afraid that some crazy guy's gonna come there with a knife and stab him in the back of the head or something, because that's what's going on out here, and nobody's doing anything about it. So we are concerned people in our community, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely, man, I agree with you 100% on that, and keep it up, and always listen to you guys.
For sure, but thank you. Appreciate the call. All right, let me see. I'm done with the phone calls right now. I'm gonna answer the Florida one. So, the Florida thing, Fanny Lokes. What about Florida, big dog? All right, let's run it. Let's run it. Let me close that off real quick. This way out of here. The Florida thing, for people who don't understand what's going on, DeSantis is making it where you have to, I think it's e-verify, which means you have to be a citizen. You have to have papers. It's pretty much DeSantis saying, if you want to jale in Florida homes, show me your paperwork. And if you ain't got no paperwork, you ain't no good in this yarda, you ain't got no jale. And he's doing that because of what's going on at the border. And he is, I think, trying to appeal to his base that says, look, I am so tough on immigration. However, I believe it's a mistake. I believe it's going to be some that's going to really hurt his economy, hurt his pocketbook, because the majority of people, if you're kicking people out that want to work, that are actually working, that are actually, making your state move forward, I think they're going to pay the price. I don't think they have enough people to do the oranges. Florida oranges. There's already called to boycott Florida oranges. I'm down with that. Um, you don't sit here and just blame the people that are working, taking care of business. These are the same people that, will get blue-eyed, blonde-haired Ukrainians and bring them to this country, not, not even ask, well, why are they coming here? Why are they jumping in front of the line? But at the same time, it has a lot to do with what's going on the border. So I think that's an issue that needs to get fixed. But I want to say DeSantis he's gonna pay the price for it. I think it's gonna definitely hit the pocketbook of Florida as it should be. You do not punish people who are actually working and taking care of business. No, that's not what you do. But that's just the politics that we're living in. That's the world that we're living in. I'm glad all you guys are tapping in, all 401 of you guys. Hope you guys hit the subscribe button. Whoever hasn't, share the channel. This is a Raza channel. This is a American channel. This is a Cali Mac channel. We're here to speak on stuff that pertains to us as brown men, as white men, as black men, as Asian men, as men and women that are concerned for their communities, man. This is the voice that we have, and let's use it. We can talk about all kind of crazy stuff and other stuff, but I love talking this stuff because this is something that's near and dear to my heart, man, which is what? My family and my community, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. With that being said, shout out your city, shout out your town. And then Saturday, man, I will be pulling up at Venice Beach, homeboy. I ain't running from nobody. Let's run it. I'll be pulling up at Venice Beach. I'll be there about 9, 10 a.m. Anybody wants to come through and help, you guys come early, help us set up. We may need some people to maybe be the referees for some of these games, and just come enjoy the atmosphere. It's a family friendly event. We're gonna be there from 9, 10 in the morning till 5, 6 in the afternoon. You can go to the beach. It's supposed to be the hottest day of the week. It's supposed to be like 87 in the valley. So Venice Beach, I believe, is gonna be 71 degrees and sunny. It's gonna be a gorgeous day, family friendly event. We're gonna have stuff for the kids because Mother's Day is the next day. And let's see what you got, because I'll keep going for weeks. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What we got? Great show. Thank you, round one. Houston, Texas in the building. Central Florida. Fuck this. Shout out to California. Venice shoreline. Ain't nothing like that, homie. We good, carnal. All of a sudden, homeboy. This ain't 1991, player. You better go with her, homeboy. White is ready to the Lakers. Spider-Man, let's run it. Salinas report. What's going on with you, fool? You're making no videos hating on me this week, are you? The summer is going to be hottest. Yep, East LA. I grew up in a lot of places. I can't claim one city. It's all right, homie. Bowling in the building. Salutes from Southside, Cudahy, and East Los Boyle Heights, First Street, Gles Trucha, homie. What is this guy saying? I love everyone too. All right, Los Hollywood, all that good stuff. All right, people. With that being said, I'm out. I'll see you guys Saturday, Venice Beach. We pulling up. Man, you know what it is. Late.